All right, Shalom Akim, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim out there doing the work of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai in truth, faith, and in sincerity. This is Brother Tazapai, and I have a lesson here that I want to get into, and it's based off of this article that you see here titled Trump's New Nuclear Weapon Has Been Deployed. And we see that with this being the year of prophecy, we see that January was a home run as far as prophecy goes. And it looks like February is going to be a hard hitter too, which, this fulfills all type of prophecies just going into this title. But, right, what we're going to do here is go into this article, and we're going to filter it through the scriptures. So, this article here, again, the title, Trump's new nuclear weapon has been deployed by Aaron Metha. And it says new smaller warhead deployed for the first time. Let me just read some of it. All right, Washington. A new nuclear warhead requested, designed, and produced under the Trump administration has been deployed abroad, or aboard, Salakia, has been deployed aboard a nuclear submarine. The Pentagon confirmed Tuesday. So this was last Tuesday, which was around the 3rd, the 4th, February the 4th. It said the deployment of the W76-2, W76-2, a low-yield variant of the nuclear warhead traditionally used on the Trident missile, was first reported January 29th by the Federation of American Scientists. The first to move out with the new weapon was the USS Tennessee, SSBN-734, deploying from the Kings Bay submarine base in Georgia at the end of 2019. So this was even going into last year, FAS reported. So going to the second paragraph, it says, asked about the reported deployment, a Pentagon spokesman stated that it is U.S. policy neither to confirm nor deny the presence of nuclear weapons aboard and declined to comment on the specific details of the FAS report, such as the ship involved. However, in a Tuesday statement, Undersecretary of Defense for Policy John Rood, it said, confirmed that the Navy has fielded the weapon. So yeah, they fielded it, meaning it's been deployed. It said the deployment strengthens deterrence and provides the United States a prompt, more survivable, low-yield strategic weapon, supports our commitment to extended deterrence, and demonstrates to potential adversaries that there is no advantage to limited nuclear employment because the United States can credibly and decisively respond to any threat scenario, Rood wrote in the statement. So this is just more of the kings of the earth preparing for war. See, the world right now, the geopolitical stage, this world is basically is being set up for war. The entire world right now is a theater of war, and these major countries are making major moves. You understand, chess moves to get the best position, to have the best strategy to come out victorious in this next war that's coming. All these nations know that there's war coming, a major war, the Third World War. But anyway, this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So this is what's going on. The Most High had the angels stirring up things in the earth, and wars being prepared. It said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. And war is being prepared. And this is a preparation of war. with the United States. Other countries have been doing it. You have Russia, who comes out with a new missile, seems like every month. They're putting out new missiles. So this is a new design, as this article stated, under the Trump administration. A low yield, which other reports have said is a third of the power. Well, Democracy Now! Reported that it's about one third of the power of the bomb that hit Hiroshima. So it's designed as a deterrent, as they said. But we already know what's going to go down because of prophecy. When the scripture said prepare war, that means that's letting you know that this is the will of the Most High. No one's going to stop it. A low yield missile cannot deter it. War is going to happen. So it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. And is not America the main man of war or nation of war? Well, once was the most feared military power in the world. So yeah, they're gonna have to draw near. It says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So, right, these nations are preparing for war, and this is what they're saying. When it goes into beating your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears, you know, these countries are developing these weapons and getting their defense strategies in place. They're not worried about, the agricultural system or whatever feeding their people. A lot of these nations' budget is set for the military, especially America. America's budget, as far as the government budget, the fiscal for the fiscal year or whatever, the majority of that goes to the military. Well, that's them fulfilling this prophecy, you know. So let's see here. Let's go into a little bit more. Let's see here. Yeah, I got to read this next paragraph. All right, it says proponents of the system believe the U.S. needs another low-yield nuclear option in order to credibly counter Russia, which has invested heavily in a variety of nuclear systems in the last decade. Exactly. Russia's been putting out missiles like it's, man, like it ain't nothing. So, right, and the U.S. is trying to counter, but truth be told, the United States military is so far behind, and it's almost laughable, that they're trying to compete with Russia right now because, hey, Russia is at the top of its game as far as military and weaponry goes. You know, there's no other nation on this earth that has the firepower that Russia has, including Babylon, aka America. Okay? So right, this is an attempt to try to deter or counter a Russian attack. So again, it says proponents of the system believe the U.S. needs another low-yield nuclear option in order to credibly counter Russia, which has invested heavily in a variety of nuclear systems in the last decade. Defense officials believe Moscow would potentially use a smaller nuclear weapon in order to deter America from entering or extending a conflict under the escalate to de-escalate doctrine. See, this is that wine that the scripture speaks about. Escalate to de-escalate. So they figure that the more the more nuclear power or weaponry or weapons period that you build up, then this will deter a war. Escalate to de-escalate. So they want to escalate the number of weapons to basically deter any other country from striking or, well, yeah, committing a military strike. But no, these weapons are just part of fulfilling prophecy because the Most High is going to wipe this place off the map. This place, when I say this place, of course, I'm referring to America. So I'm going to go here real quick, get, in, get into these prophecies. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, and we'll go to verse 4. It said, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5, Yea, also because he transgressed by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And the point there is that he transgressed by wine. So, right, the wine going into philosophies, ideologies, you understand, different thoughts, ideas that come out of this country, and this is just one of them. Escalate to de-escalate. So, and again, their mindset is to amass weapons so that, basically to deter their enemies from an attack. So it says in this article, if the U.S. only has larger strategic weapons to retaliate with, it may hesitate, the thinking goes. So that's cold-blooded. So they feel like basically that, the U.S. would be less reluctant to deploy or fire a nuclear missile if it's, less destructive. Basically is what the article is saying. So yeah, this is, and it doesn't matter because this is all the will of the Most High. He's fulfilling prophecy. So when we go here, we look at Revelation 16. It says, this is Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And so this is going to them preparing for water, that same preparation. So the angels, the Most High has his angels in the earth, preparing the way of the kings of the east. And who are the kings of the east? That's Russia, as we read here, and China. And then there, others as North Korea or so, but these are the kings of the East. And what are they going to do? They're going into the Middle East in that Valley of Jehoshaphat. So let's get this. All right. Now this is Zephaniah chapter 3. And verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So, right, you see here, the Lord is saying, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For the Most High's determination, his will and purpose is to gather the nations, to assemble the kingdoms, and to pour upon them his indignation. So this is what these weapons are being amassed for. These weapons are the Most High's indignation. They are going to do his work. It's not for a deterrent. It's gonna escalate. It's gonna escalate. And the Most High, like I said, they transgress by wine. But the Most High is putting these things in their heart to transgress by. So they're in his trick bag. So right, the Most High has his angels out here, uh, preparing the way of the kings of the east. And I'm going to go here before before we get out of here, because it said this type of deployment has never been since the Cold War. And let's see. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, there hasn't been a deployment of this level since the Cold War. And this is just the as the scripture says here, Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So these woes, the second woe is past, is going into the Second World War. Then it says, behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So the Third World War is coming quickly. And Russia is seeing this, and it said Putin isn't too happy because he knows America. He knows their ways. He knows that, what this is for attack, not defense. And so, that's that's the spirit of the world. Again, this is the theater of war being set. And with this theater of war being set, hey, you're gonna see things play out that it's gonna get ugly. As the scripture said, the Most High's indignation is about to be poured out. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that out. Going into this year of prophecy, man, it's going down. It's going down. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. I pray that you brothers will edify. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, our Chapadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam worldwide who are doing the work of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai in truth, faith, and in sincerity. So to the next lesson, you better stay up, man. Shalom.